Okay, so I'm back again, trying one more time. The last time, hopefully, that this works. बहुत ही अजीब बात है, that as soon as I take somebody else on, the screen is going blank. So I will be sending a request once again to Sonia Mayers and see if it works this time. This is like really, really dumb. Sarah, how are you doing? Sarah, it's good to see you. How you been, Sarah? Hi, Malcolm. Hey, hi, Sonia. I've added you once again. Hope it works.
Hey, hi. Oh, we've done it. Oh my God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Oh, finally, Akbar. And I'm so happy. नहीं तो आज तो मुझे जनता ने पीट दिया होता. Oh God. कहाँ है Akbar? You're looking so good, yeah. Nice and fresh.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. So are you?
Yeah, thank you so much. And let's rock. Let's have a good, hot and spicy chat with the most handsome looking guy people are.
पूछ लो सबको कि सब ठीक है, सब दिख रहा है कि नहीं दिख रहा है?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
finally. Okay.
Finally,
everybody
Nilu is saying yes.
Everybody. Thank you, Kenaz. Thank you, Kenaz. This is all thanks, guys. Please give a big shout out to Kenaz Parvez. She's right here, and she's the one who gave the idea to like switch off the phone and restart the phone, and that worked. Thank you so much, Kenaz.
Thank you so much, Kenaz. I mean, it is real. It was fantastic. It just worked, Akbar. It just worked. All right. Yeah, Akbar, yesterday we had, hi guys, this is Baatein Kuch Unkahin Si, a live chat show where I bring in a lot of personalities who have really, really created history for India, for themselves. The names are brand. So let's not, I don't need to talk about the logo that his name himself carries for in the entire global market. So, Akbar, we started off yesterday, and I just wanted to brief the audience a little about the background of your family. That since you're here, we had an incomplete chat yesterday.
Yeah,
so your journey as a DJ, yeah. So if you could just brief the audience a little, like you at the age of 5 and an actor, and then diverting your entire profile from a fashion model. Oh my God, that's my field. And so as I said, your friend asked me, please ask him which hat did he love the most, as a DJ, as a choreographer, as a dancer, as a model, or a music producer. What is the best profile you enjoyed? As I said, Sapna has asked me one question to ask.
No, I think it was like it was not just one thing. It was like multiple things, and I think that I enjoyed everything very much. It was not just the choreography part of it, or it was not just. Okay, one sec, Sonia. I'm just trying to adjust the camera. There is. I think it was. One sec. Hold on. Not just one thing. It was like multiple. Because शायद मेरा face आधा आ रहा है. Okay.
I can see you clearly. I don't know about the audience. Shiba, are we both visible? Shiba, could you just text me and answer? Are we both on screen perfectly in the frame?
Yeah, I think I should be in the frame now. Can't see complete.
Can see you. It's can see you.
Oh, can see you. Okay.
Can see you completely now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, Sonia, it was not. I mean, yes, of course, that whatever you do, मैं पूरे 100% देता हूँ उसको, पूरे interest से करता हूँ. और यही चीज है कि वो थोड़ा बहुत जो भी ऊपर वाले ने दिया है माँ की दुआओं से, तो वो मिला है मेरे को. Because I loved the choreography part of it also at that time when I was doing it, and I was struggling because like I told you yesterday, I don't know whether you heard it or not, we had nothing called training over here. कोई किसी चीज की भी training नहीं थी. So everybody was self-made, everybody was trying to struggle, और सब लोग अपने अपने करियर के चक्कर में अपने आप को सिखा रहे थे लोग, थोड़े बहुत यहाँ वहाँ के वीडियोस देखकर और वगैरह वगैरह. सो ये था. तो जब डीजेइंग भी हुआ तो मेरे पास कोई ऐसा कोई था नहीं मेंटोर और somebody who could teach me the real DJing also and or the music production. It helped me because of my childhood as I grew up, and my dad and my brother and all that, they were inclined in music. So that's what kind of helped me grow into it, and I did whatever I could. And the struggle went on. There was a lot of struggle because, like I said yesterday to you, that Google नहीं था, ये सब social media नहीं था. So बहुत तकलीफ होती थी वो उस वक्त. But जो भी था उससे we used to make do and try to complete that work that we were at it.
That's, I think that that's the reason you're a legend. Yeah, you can hear me. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
That's one reason you are a legend. People address you, or you have got the title as a real legend because you are real. You didn't have mentors, as you have explained. You did not have any institutes that you went to, but whatever you did was definitely was your own creative and your own hard work, which actually you bloomed up. So it's fantastic. I definitely want to ask you, Akbar, this I mean, the success that boomed up Akbar Sami came to you with Jalwa. So how Jalwa happened? Like, how did you plan?
Jalwa was made on a very rough the DJ equipment. It was made very, very roughly in a nightclub and on just a very, very basic equipment, like 2 turntables, 1 cassette deck, and 2 CD players. It was a very rough track. My concept at that time was something called Voices, which Aman Anand from INCA and myself, we had kind of thought about it later on to do it in a very professional way. But वो एक प्रोजेक्ट था जो पहाड़ी जो आवाजें हैं इंडिया की, जो कश्मीर में या राजस्थान में या चेन्नई में, down south, we have some brilliant talent in these places, in the remote places of these cities. And I was trying to gather all of that and do a kind of an album and a live show, create a live show, and give each and every of these new artists, the beginners, one legend from the industry, like Kailash Kher, Roop Kumar Rathore, Zakir Hussain Saab, people like them, for their support, and then create a show, all of it called The Voices of India, and do a live show on stage, and then create an album out of this. So this was my project I wanted to do, and that's the idea that I had at that time. I'm talking about 96, 97, 1996, 1997. और जो हमारे जो म्यूजिक कंपनीज है उनको ये आइडिया समझ में नहीं आया, जो आज कोक स्टूडियो है. So it's all new voices and new musicians and new percussionists and so many brilliant artists who are coming and showing their talent. But this was what I was talking about back then in 96, which was not accepted by the music companies. Unfortunately or fortunately, you can say, my demo, which they had, the music company, had Jalwa on it, that rough Jalwa, which I talked about. It was not a proper Jalwa, which you hear today. It was a very, very rough track. And they said that this is what we want to do first. आप ये Voices of India को side में रख दीजिए, हम पहले ये करेंगे जो Jalwa, जो because वो commercial है, So वो हुआ, फिर उन लोगों ने, और it was sounding a commercial track. It was sounding that it's going to bring you a lot of money. It's going to be a hit because it was something that it was way ahead of its time. It was way, way ahead of its time. Like if you see the video today of Jalwa, you will think that it's today's video, not yesterday's or not in the 90s, even the sound and the music. So I went ahead and with the help of a few friends, there was Jatin Sharma, who's a very dear brother, who helped me and who understood. There was many musicians and arrangers along with me. Jayanta Pathak was there, and then we created this whole album, and which became a rage, which became a super hit, not only just in India but around the world. It was played by
Globally.
global, very
Yeah.
well-known, renowned DJs in clubs in London and place called Fabric and all these places. And that was a very, very beautiful, very proud moment for me at that time, seeing it
Yes.
appreciated by the people nationally.
Akbar, you have been blessed to witness so many successes, in your life. I think it is your sheer hard work, your own talent, your creativity. And basically, Akbar, I want to tell you one very important thing. I didn't share it with you. I want the
Gee.
audience to know today. Yeah, we are coming back to his professional life. But Akbar, I think just before the lockdown last December, I was in a meeting and I met couple of people the mosque that you go to pray. I don't remember their names because it was for a commercial shoot. And then they said, "Oh, Akbar's bhai is so big, and ma'am, when he comes to the mosque, he इतने प्यार से गले मिलते हैं, and कोई नहीं बोलेगा कि उनको ऊपर वाले ने, he's such a big celeb." I said, "He is a brand for India, my dear friends." And but they had to say that when you go to pray, when you go to the mosque, and you meet people around, you warmly hug them. So, Akbar, everybody knows that you are the most humble person. So it's very
Who,
important to be, a celebrity, but it is very
sorry,
important to be what Akbar Sami is.
who told you this? Can you tell me?
Uh, these are some people who go to the same mosque where you go to pray.
I see. Okay.
I don't recollect their names. There were two guys, and they said, "Oh, Akbar bhai comes there," and then they said they spoke about the attitude and the warmth that you spread around. Even after praying, you meet people. So I mean, I was feeling so happy. I said, "Wow, Akbar! I mean, this is really nice. People can really talk about it." So,
Thank
Akbar,
you.
I want to basically know now. The question is coming straight from me: is as a fashion guru, what is Akbar Sami's style of fashion? I mean, do you want to wear brands, or do you want to, I mean, I'm giving you options. Do you want to wear clothes, but do you more focus on the clothes, or do you focus on styling the clothes for any particular event or a present appearance? What is Akbar Sami's style?
Styling, definitely styling the clothes. Brands, obviously, there are, for me, I'll tell you one thing. Whether I am shopping on the street or if I'm shopping in a mall which has the biggest brands, for me, it really doesn't matter कि ये Armani है या Gucci है या CK है या whatever. For me, as
Wow.
long as it's good, and if you can carry it, if it looks good on you, that's what
Beautiful.
matters. People dress up to impress, and sometimes, especially here in our country, that आदमी कहीं जा रहा है और कपड़े कहीं और जा रहे हैं. It doesn't. No, आप जितना भी महंगा सूट पहन लो, आप जितने भी महंगे
It's a
कपड़े पहन
disaster.
लो, वो आप कैरी नहीं कर सकते. अगर वो आपको सूट नहीं हो सकता, तो इतने पैसे आपको खर्चा करके कोई फायदा नहीं है. तो ये एक
True.
चीज है. और secondly, I believe that good clothing which you can carry well and it looks good on you, no matter if it's for 500 rupees or for 5,000 rupees or for 5 lakhs, it doesn't matter. Yeah, the thing is that if you can carry it well, you should do it. And with me, if you talk about me, I've been a fashionist for myself right from when I was after school. So a lot of people, when I go out, they ask me, "Tera designer kaun hai? Can you tell us, please tell us who's your designer? Who's your designer?" I said, "Yaar, mera koi designer nahi hai." They don't believe me. And I said, "No, you're lying. You have to. And agar nahi bolna hai, to theek hai, it's okay. Don't tell us." I don't have a designer. The thing is, I've been a self.
Wow. Audience, please listen. He does not have an official designer. This is really the best statement I think, Akbar, you could give, because I can see even these upcoming actors, actresses, not even models, they want to have a designer. It's just a fake format that they are carrying today. But
Exactly.
this the best.
I don't believe in that concept of having somebody else doing my clothes for me. No way. Because they will be doing it as of for their liking, for what they like.
True,
It's not
true,
something
true,
that I would prefer wearing. And it's happened to me a
true.
couple of times. When I was in a shoot, I was shooting with this superstar, and the producer got me clothes which it didn't fit me. He got me a pair of boots with some tight trousers and with a jacket. I was supposed to be dancing. There was a film called Lathi, and Govinda Sara, you know, and I was we were doing a dance sequence, Govinda and myself. So they got me the clothes, and I couldn't get into those clothes, and gave me a boots, you know, which was had such a big heel, and with a zip on the side, and it was like ridiculous. And I'm that way very humble, but when it comes to clothes, I can put my foot down, and I said, "के भाई ये मेरे को match suit नहीं होने वाला है. I'm not going to wear all these kind of idiotic clothes, and I rather not do the song than wear something like this, make a fool out of myself on the screen." So I just stepped down, you know. So that's what fashion and clothing for me is. It's very important what, how you wear it, what you wear, and what suits you, what doesn't suit you, what you can carry, what you can't. Very, very important.
Great, and most important, you should be comfortable. As I heard from you, I mean, for a show, and the last minute they give you something that you're not comfortable to perform. I think that's going to be the biggest disaster. Great, you have put down your foot, because it would have not given you the right, you know, the degree of performances that you want to put in.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Akbar, today, since we are facing this lockdown, I'm just going with the flow, Akbar, and then I'll take the audience question. I just wanted to understand how has this lockdown been with you? I mean, have you done work? Because I believe you are now with some production house also.
Yes.
You just joined some production house. So just wanted to understand how is it like you still in the lockdown also there is a lot of work that I can see with you. So
I've been working throughout, Sonia. From the time the lockdown began, and I realized that this is going to go on. Hi Ketan, good to see you, Ketan, love you, bro. That ये चलने वाला है लंबा, ये कोई मतलब you know 1-2 हफ्ते का सिलसिला नहीं है. Or immediately I started working on a lot of things that I had pending. For example, there were a couple of music videos, a couple of songs that I was supposed to create, and fresh new songs, not remixes. I'm talking about this was all new compositions, you know. So all that which was stored in my laptop and in my on my phone and my notes and in my recorder, I just went on and got everything out, started working on them. And touch wood, I've done a lot of work last 5 months. And in fact, last week I started going to the studio. Luckily, the guys came back. जो workers जो थे, जो गांव चले गए थे during the lockdown, वो लोग वापस आ गए और फिर काम शुरू हो रहा है, शुरू हो गया है. Touch wood. And Sangeeta Ajay, good to see you, Sangeeta. And hi, Veena. Good to see you, Veena. Thank you for joining in. So work has begun, Sonia, and I'm very, very happy. So I've been working continuously, coming back to your question, and never stopped.
I think this Baatein Kuch Unkahi Si session is the most motivational session for everybody. Trust me, everybody, Akbar is telling me when is things starting, when are things, but you didn't have a full stop. Wow, yaar Akbar, what a personality God has blessed you with.
Sonia, I'll tell you, हर चीज को पॉजिटिवली अगर हम देखें, मैंने ये बहुत सीखा है, गिर के सीखा है, सोनिया. ये एकदम से ऐसा नहीं आया है. ये जो चीज है ना, ये नेगेटिविटी, मैंने आपको ये कल शायद ये बोला था, that life is a house of heartbreaks. You know, I don't know whether people heard it or didn't hear it. Life is a full of heartbreak. राज कपूर का कहना है, you know, इतने बड़े legend हैं वो, और उनका ये belief था कि if you are successful, then people will try to run you down, you know, pull you down, ridicule you, and make sure that you go through a disaster if you are successful. And if you, you know, if you're a failure, nobody will touch you, nobody will recognize you, nobody wants to talk to you, especially nowadays, you know, even talk to you. So it's a perpetual, at every step, a house of heartbreak. And if you can go through this, you know, go through it, you can kind of, with your struggles, and perhaps one day you will feel that, you know, when it's completed, that, wow, it was all worth it. So you should accept this breakdowns, you should accept this downfalls and all of these disasters which are happening with not just you and me, with the entire world. I'm sure a lot of people who are tuned in right now will also agree to what I'm saying, that हर इंसान की जिंदगी के अंदर तकलीफें हैं, struggle है, और depression तो बहुत ज़्यादा है आजकल, looking at the scenario. So हर कोई वो depression में जा रहा है. मैं इतने मेरे दोस्तों से बात करता हूँ, सबको कुछ ना कुछ डिप्रेशन है, कुछ तकलीफ है, कोई रो रहा है, कोई ये है, ऐसा हो गया, वैसा हो गया. The only thing is that we today have to accept it, Sonia. I feel that
Yeah,
we have to accept and fight it and reinvent yourself. I've said this before also in my interview. We have to reinvent yourself and see and believe in ourselves and think that what is that next thing that you can do. अगर ये नहीं हो रहा है तो ये end of the world नहीं है. It's not the
true.
end for you.
Very true.
You have to look
Very
beyond all of this and get your inner self stronger, make yourself stronger, and go for that goal that you know in your back of your mind that you can achieve.
excellent, excellent, Akbar. And this is a great, great, great voice that you have told the audience. This pandemic has made a lot of people depressed. They just cannot get out of their house. They can't restart. They're mentally blocked, and you can see it on Facebook with a lot of sad stories that are coming up with our close friends, also common friends. I was so happy with DJ Bobby XMSing me today on WhatsApp. Hey, let's roll. He says the government of Maharashtra is opening up all this by next month. And so I said, yo, we all, so it's just like we all help each other to feel cheerful. But you've been
Yeah.
working, so that's, oh, many steps ahead of us. Yeah. Great, great, Akbar. Akbar, I wanted to understand, you are so successful today. I mean, people follow you, everything, the way you speak, your style, your life career. What is that 1%, or sorry, who is that 1% person in your life who you give a credit to, that person has contributed? Could be your family, because I'm sure, this is to the audience, because nobody becomes a legend, nobody becomes so successful where you are standing today. I'm 100% sure that there are a lot of sacrifices that have gone, Akbar, in the
Obviously.
long journey, which is again
Yeah.
2.5 decades, and the torch of success is still going to the entire globe, which is, I'm feeling so proud of this. But what is, or who is that one person in your life that you wish to give that credit of success today? That yeah, Sonia.
Without even thinking or blinking, it'll be my mother that I would give that credit
Oh
to.
wow, wow.
And बहुत struggle मम्मी ने किया, right when we were in school, whatever I remember. And from then on,
Mm-hmm.
she's been giving us advices about the ways of life and how to live and how to be, and what the family values are. What are the values of your friends? What are the values of your neighbors? Things that we don't even today think about. And another thing what dad used to believe was, वक्त हमको बहुत कुछ सिखाता है.
True.
गिरना पड़ना
I
आपने
agree.
कर लिया. Time teaches you a lot. Only thing that if you keep
A
your
lot.
head strong and online, then nothing can break you. And whoever you believe in terms of religiously, आपका भगवान, आपका खुदा, आपके जीसस, आपका जो भी है, वो जो है थोड़ी बहुत इन्फ्लुएंस आपकी जिंदगी में होना आज बहुत जरूरी है. हम लोग ने सब वो कुछ भूल गए हैं, तो मेरे ख्याल से वो भी एक बहुत बड़ा
True.
मुद्दा है. वो एक बहुत बड़ी बात है, बहुत छोटी सी बात है लेकिन बहुत बड़ी बात है. तो वो ये
True.
सारी
True.
चीजें अगर एक बॉल में, एक कटोरी में अगर आपके साथ में रहें और वैल्यूज रहें, फैमिली वैल्यूज है. आज फॉर एग्जांपल योर पेरेंट्स, आज पीपल डोंट टॉक टू देयर पेरेंट्स. I've understood,
True.
I've seen that. they think that इनका टाइम हो गया, ये बूढ़े हो गए, ये खलास हो गए, इनको साइड में कर दो, इनसे बात भी नहीं करो. लड़का शाम को आता है घर पे, बाप बोलता है कि यार मेरे से दो मिनट बात कर ले, तो बोलता है नहीं डैडी मैं कल बात करूंगा. जाके वो सो जाता है, सुबह
True.
उठता है,
True.
ऑफिस निकल जाता है. he doesn't bother,
घर
they
घर की
don't
कहानी.
bother. एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूं मैं सिर्फ. so they don't bother. But the thing is that these people, we don't realize that these people have so much of experience, so much of treasure inside their head, inside their heart, and so much of love for you, that we need to talk about, we need to share, and we need to take those ups and downs of their lives, so it can help you today as you're going about in your life.
True, true, true. Agar, I'm so happy you have mentioned your mom's name. Trust me, this has really been a very happy session for me from my internal soul. The reason is whomever I have interviewed, they have always taken, some brand, some fake people, somebody who's great, so that, they get a step up. But what you have said is like your mom, and I know people don't understand the pain that a mother has gone through, because they have for
Absolutely.
today taken it for granted.
Absolutely.
I'm really
Absolutely.
happy with your answer, yeah, Akbar. God
Sonia,
bless you, because bless me.
I said that, and I also said religion also plays a lot of part in this. So if you join these two things together, तुम फिर
Together.
ये जो बात जो आपको अच्छी लग रही है ना मेरी, मैं कोई बड़ी बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं बहुत सिंपल बात कर रहा हूँ, मैं बहुत ही ABCD है जिंदगी की जो हम भूल गए हैं. We've gone too complex.
भूल
We've
गए
gone
हैं.
too complicated. हम लोग ने कॉम्प्लिकेट हमारी जिंदगी को कर दिया है काफी, कि ऐसा वैसा ये वो बा 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 बा. नो, लाइफ इज वेरी सिंपल यार, बहुत बहुत ही सिंपल है जिंदगी. और सबसे टाइम जो है ना, वक्त, टाइम आपको बहुत कुछ सिखाता है. लाइफ एज teaching you, सिखाता है. travel, human interaction teaches you. You feel like now you are somewhere near accepting what the one above has granted you, given you in abundance, all around you, nature to do, to achieve. You feel it's getting late, और फिर वो एक टाइम आता है कि फिर आप सोचते हो कि अभी काफी लेट हो गया है, उम्र निकल गई है, तो बहुत कम टाइम है हमारे पास ये सब कुछ चीज करने के लिए. बट ये बहुत जरूरी है कि आप ये सारी चीजों को लेके अगर आप साथ में चलेंगे तो आपकी जिंदगी सफल होगी. आपको सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट आज पैसा नहीं है. देखो, सब लोगों ने ये सोच रहा था, पहले मैं देख रहा था पैसा 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 पैसा, इंसान पागल हो गया पैसे के पीछे भाग भाग कर. मनी इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट. आज पैसा किसी के काम नहीं आया. बड़े बड़े लोग आज घर में चिटक गए, कोरोना ने इसी की सत्यानाश कर दिया सब. So everybody, there's money that can, cure you. There's no money that can help you get out of it, So it's your own self-confidence, it's your own soul, your mental health that can help you. And that if you keep it in line, then there's nothing that can damage you. Thank you, Ketan.
True, very true. Fantastic, yaar. Akbar, it's a very eye-opener statements that you have made to the audience. And I'm sure there is a lot of fake lifestyle people have adopted, As you said, age is not a factor. I think I believe age is not a factor. The day you realize that you have been doing a lot of stuff which is not good, at least be a good human being at the end of the day or end of the life, whatever you pass away. Always there's a teaching. Every day there's a learning. And as you said, yes, being religious and spiritual always helps you to be one step ahead of, at whatever you want to contribute to yourself or to the universe. So coming to your success again, I don't need to mention to the audience, because you have got endless number of awards, India, international. But I would want you to specifically talk about the San Francisco award that you got by the mayor. How did you feel? Could you just express that moment to us?
Well, it was a fantastic feeling. I mean, I can't even explain to you the. I was shivering. I was shivering. I was in shivers when I was told that. And a big thanks to Bhavni and Amitabh from San Francisco, who made all of this happen. And they said that you're being awarded, and so are they. For doing this Rang De Basanti event, which we do every year in America. It's a 12 to 15 cities tour, and I was on stage, and they were all there. Mr. Bapida was there. Bapi Lahiri was there too, and he also got one award.
Wow.
Or बहुत बहुत अच्छा. I mean, it's fantastic. It's still sitting there somewhere.
Both legends on the same platform, huh? Bapida, the both legends on the same platform. Wow, fantastic.
Thank you. So it was
great.
So
as I said, Akbar, you have witnessed in your life great moments of success, and it's really been a blissful life that you have been, and inshallah the coming years that will be there. Now I also remember you have one all right, you are the only DJ who has entered the TV industry. By God, I believe our models, they become models and then they get into the serial industry. Wahan pe thoda full stop lagta, they don't get into the film industry. But you being a DJ, and then you also, mastered the TV industry. You've also entered the film industry in Bollywood by your music. Oh my God, Akbar, I mean, can you give us some experience of the TV industry that you have been on so many Saregama and the Mirchi Awards? You've been on the jury panel, and so many times we've seen you as a guest of honor with so many live shows. So
I've been with
how
the
have
Mirchi.
you?
I think it's the portfolio says 5 years, but I think I've been with them from last, I think 9 or 10 years, that I've been the jury for the Mirchi
Wow,
Music Awards. And
wow,
wow, I mean that is something which happens every year. The awards happen every year, but before the awards, a month before the award, we sit down and we kind of go through the सारे साल के जो गाने होते हैं, being it filmy songs, being it pop, being it ghazals, even bhajans, even nazams, even the background score of the film, and the technicals of the music which goes on in the behind the scenes, and the lyricists, the singers, the upcoming singers, the upcoming lyricists, female,
wow.
male. There is a huge amount of work which goes on, because ये सारे साल का काम होता है, पूरे साल का काम होता है.
Oh,
So we sit down and we chalk out, and then the award happens, and then of course Anu Malik and Javed Saab, Javed Akhtar, all of these people are also also judge it a little later, and then they select the awards for the thing. And TV industry, I mean, oh my God, I think it's a very very interesting, very beautiful industry. मैंने
experience.
ये पहली बार नहीं है कि मैं इनके साथ में काम किया हूँ. ये तो बहुत मैं खुशनसीब हूँ कि उन लोगों ने मुझे सिलेक्ट किया, something like a platform which is called the Indian Idol, which is one of the biggest
Yes,
television shows. और
true.
उनकी हिस्ट्री में कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ था कि कोई मेरी इंडस्ट्री से, डीजेइंग की इंडस्ट्री से वहां पर आके परफॉर्म करे, या उनके लिए जो म्यूजिक है वो डिजाइन करे. और वो again, it was not something which I think that a cakewalk, because every singer, every participant in Indian Idol has a particular tone of voice, and they had selected particular songs. Now, for me to create the music for them is to do the entire music according to their voice. If they are singing in A sharp, so I had to do the entire music in A sharp and around it for them to be comfortable to singing. तो वैसे मुझे 15-20 गाने, maybe 35-40 songs that I created for the entire show, and the same went
Oh,
on
wow.
with Saregama. And then later on I realized, मैं समझा था कि ये shooting जैसी होती है, वैसा होता होगा कि एक shot लिया और फिर cut कर दिया. But it was not like that. It was a one take. And then I was
Oh,
supposed to host it too. I was supposed to introduce each and every participant by their name and where they are coming from and what they are doing. So, and then do what I was doing. So I had to I was doing like 3-4 jobs in one time, which was kind of absolutely insane. Uh, but God was kind enough that I could manage to do. और वो एक take में सारा कुछ हो गया.
true, true, true.
Yeah.
Wow, I think this. Look at the audience, please. Don't look at Akbar. Okay, he comes on screen, but just listen to the hard work, the detailing that he goes into. I'm sure he has sleepless nights when he takes up these kind of complex projects. I
No,
would
no, no, no sleep,
definitely
no
say
sleep, no sleep. No, there's nothing called sleep, Sonia. There's no sleep in the life.
oh
That
no.
time, absolutely nothing.
See, you don't become a legend. Essay. Please listen how his journey has been so rough, tough, but he has always made it because he knows at the end he has to give the audience the best. So, Akbar,
Thank you.
fantastic,
Thank you.
fantastic.
Boss, thank you for joining in. Rimpi, good to see
Let
you.
us. There is something that somebody wants to know. Akbar, you've been around with a lot of music. Which is the best track Akbar Sami likes, and एक line of that track?
मैंने वो एक गाना किया था दी ट्रेन का, which was made by the music director मिथुन, और वो गाना था जिंदगी ने जिंदगी भर गम दिए.
Yes, I know that song.
Yes, so that was the soundtrack from D Train, which I had done, and then there's another song called Chale Aao from an album of my dearest friend Sonu Nigam. So that song was also very very well. I mean, I worked on it very hard, but it shaped out fantastically well, which I'm very proud of the work which I did. And after that, I would say the Marathi song, which was rejected by the music company called Dagala Lagli Kada.
Oh! All right. Can we hear one line from you from any of these three tracks?
जिंदगी ने जिंदगी भर गम दिए। पूरी लाइंस मुझे आती नहीं है यार, भूल गया।
It's very, very touching words. The song is beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful
yeah.
song. So now let's get into the audience questions, Akbar, because I don't want any technical errors because audience तो मुझे मारने वाली है बाद में. Okay, the first question. Are we ready?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Somebody wants to know from Delhi, Akbar sir, like all other Bollywood celebs, do you want your kids to also enter the same field?
हाँ, वेल चॉइसेस उनकी होगी, बट जहां तक मेरा ख्याल है, आई डोंट थिंक सो, सीइंग द थिंग्स इन द सिनेरियो इन टुडेज डे एंड एज, आई डोंट थिंक इट्स एडवाइजेबल, आई डोंट थिंक सो.
Okay, so you're not very much in for that because every
नो.
celebrity आजकल वो scam चल ही रहा है कि because their parents are there in the industry, Bollywood, the next generation are there. So you're so clear on this. This is called बातें
Absolutely.
कुछ अनकही थी, the truth, you know. Okay.
Hmm.
I don't know if I have to take this question, but I really thought we should take it up, Akbar, because this is audience question and audience feel, you know, that there has to be some problem. So there's this lady who's asking me from Mumbai, can Akbar sir tell us that if he has been hired by any event person for an, to play for an event, and when he reaches the event and he finds that there are drugs that are happening on the floor, how has sir handled and managed that situation?
Let me just welcome Shaukat Jani, who's just joined us. Walaikum Salam, Shaukat Bhai. Shaukat Jani is the son of the legendary Jani Babu Khawal, back
Wow.
in the
Salam
60s
from
and
my
40s.
side too.
And he's just joined us. So, big welcome to you, Khushamadid, Shaukat Bhai. So good to see you. Thank you so much. Or,
Welcome, Shaukat too.
yeah, Shaukat Jani, Jani Babu Khawal's son, a very dear friend, very old friend,
Wow.
like a family
That's
member to me. So,
great.
हाँ, coming back to your question, कि ये बहुत मर्तबा चांद, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, good to see you. और ऐसा ये एक बार नहीं हुआ है सोनिया, this has been happening continuously. This was a musalsal thing of not just a wedding, but there's been so many events and so many parties which had drugs flowing. Sometimes हमको क्या होता है, हमको नहीं पता होता as an artist.
True,
You
true.
know, we don't know that where we've called, what these people are doing, एक कोने में क्या हो रहा है, हमको, we are on stage, I'm on stage. So I really
True.
don't know what's going on around over there. But yes, there has been times where when I have realized and I found out that there has been this thing going on, all I do is after I look at my watch, अगर ऐसा कुछ नहीं है और सब कुछ ठीक है, I will continue to play even अगर मेरा टाइम खलास हो गया हो तब तक एंड तक. लेकिन अगर मुझे पता चला कि ऐसा कुछ हुआ है और हो रहा है, I quietly pack up my stuff. जो इन हाउस वहां पर जो
Oh,
होते हैं डीजेस, I quietly get into my car and go to my hotel room. I just leave that
oh.
premises, and I've done this multiple times, not once, not twice, but I think hundreds of times that I've left the premises.
I have seen once or two events of that. But great, na? See, it's not that there is a greed, you know, Akbar, that you, अच्छा मुझे तो payment मिल रहा है, but something that has not, जो अपनी ईमान को, you know, or your conscience, you're not happy with something that is not,
Exactly.
that you don't like. So quietly you
See,
move out. So it's a fantastic.
I've also lost too many friends, doing drugs. I've lost too many friends. बहुत जब ये सुनने आता है कि ऐसा सब हो रहा है आज इंडस्ट्री के अंदर इतने बड़े पैमाने पे, तो बहुत दिल दुखता है इनके बारे में सोच के कि इनका क्या होगा. आज ये कर रहे हैं, इनको मजा आ रही है, बहुत ही एंजॉय कर रहे हैं, जो भी है. But 5 years, 6 years, 8 years down the line, what is going to happen to them? Even they don't know. So it's very sad that you don't realize these things and just for the moment, उस movement के लिए, किसी को impress करने के लिए. See, हमारी जिंदगी आजकल ये social media के वजह से ऐसी बन गई है कि we are so desperately trying to impress each other, by the best picture we can post. वो मैं भी करता हूँ, कि मेरा एक ये ऐसा एक फोटो आ जाए या ऐसा एक वीडियो आ जाए, या we are just perpetually trying to impress each other. और यही इंप्रेशन के वजह से ये जो ड्रग्स है, ये भी ऐसे ही होता है कि ये एक कोई ले रहा है तो वो उसको किसी लड़की को इम्प्रेस करने के लिए या किसी अमीर आदमी को इम्प्रेस करने के लिए, that person also gets involved and says that even I can do it, even I can smoke, even I can dope, even I can sniff a line, and people get into it slowly and then they ruin their lives.
Agreed. Well witnessed about all this. All right. All right. Actually, we had taken this question yesterday, Akbar, but you didn't answer this question because it comes from a very good friend of yours. I think he is Chow. He's one of the choreographer when you were doing Boogie Woogie with Govinda and all. Chow, yeah. He has asked me this question. Please ask Akbar when is he starting his own disc so that all the champion dancers can go there and dance on all the remixes that Akbar. So sweet.
No.
There's such a sweet connection.
Chow, I don't know whether you're listening or if you're tuned in, but I love you, Chow. We've been very up and close right from the beginning of my when I started my career as a dancer, as a choreographer. Chow, his brother, and the rest of the gang, Arshad Varsi, Farah Khan, Sajid, and all of our group, Manoj Pawar and Mahesh, Dolly, and Longinus Fernandez, who's here, and so many of us. So no, I'm not going to open up a nightclub or anything like that, but I definitely would have a kind of an event where we can have this dancing, and I would like to be a part of it too. And I would request Longy, if he's tuned in also, to choreograph it, though he's actually choreographing a few of my music videos also, which I'll be doing very, very soon. So
I'll organize it for you.
We'll definitely work it out.
Yeah. So I mean, it's such a sweet gesture. The moment I said you can inbox me your question, and he WhatsApp me, he said, Sonia, please ask him this question. I said yes. Stay connected, and God bless all of you guys. Okay, we go to the next question. All right, there's one female who's asked me this question. Akbar sir does a lot of international shows, a lot of international concerts. So, which is the best audience he likes? I mean, and what is the best experience he has in doing concerts in India or international? Which is the best audience he likes? Indian
which is the best
audience? India or international? When you're doing concerts, yeah.
इंडिया तो इंडिया में ये चीज बॉर्न हुई है. यहाँ पर सबके पास बहुत सारी चॉइसेस है, बट ऑडियंसेस जो वहां पर है इंटरनेशनल, मतलब मैं फॉर एग्जांपल यूएसए, तो वहां पर इस चीज की कमी है. इतने ज्यादा ऑप्शंस नहीं है उनके पास, इतने ज्यादा रेडियो स्टेशंस नहीं है, म्यूजिक कंपनीज नहीं है, बॉलीवुड नहीं है, या शोज नहीं. तो यहाँ से लोग जाते हैं वहां पर शो करने के लिए, और वो सारे वहां पर जो है टिकट खरीद के, इतनी महंगी टिकटें होती है, वो देखते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल माय शो, which was the road tour, which I've been doing last 4 years, and I've been seeing it's just growing and growing and growing, and audiences, the organizers are getting bigger and bigger venues because to handle the people who come for these shows. So I think the audiences there need more of us than the audience over here. So like for example, I mentioned रंग दे बसंती. ये एक शो था जो 15 अगस्त को हम लोग करते थे वहां पर सैन फ्रांसिस्को में, और वहां पर जो ऑडियंस जो होती थी, लोग आते थे. we used to give them flags, the Indian flags, we used to host the flag.
Wow.
Yes. And जब मेरा पहला जो गाना होता था, वो होता है, अभी भी होता है, जिसका नाम है वंदे मातरम. So I used to play that song, and that slow song, and everybody, like there are thousands of people standing with their flags in the air, and they have like tears in the eyes, that tears rolling down their eyes, singing the song and feeling the music and feeling the country, missing India so much.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's the kind of
Indian music. When you take Indian music culture abroad, so the international market is you're spreading Indian music. That love for Indian music everywhere. Thanks to you for taking it globally. Thanks, Akbar. You are really genius.
Not only the Indians, even the white Americans, the black Americans, today Japan में भी एक movement शुरू हो गया है already. I'll be going there very soon for a Bollywood for the first time in my life
All right.
in a country like Japan to represent India, which I've done earlier, but that
Wow.
for the Western music, for English music. But this time, it's surprisingly for Bollywood music. So because they're singing it, they're learning it, and I mean, I can't even explain to you the power of Hindi, the power of Bollywood music around the world. So it's gone to the next levels. So you will see soon, in the next coming months, the upcoming shows of mine, which I'll be doing in Japan, and again doing my tour in USA.
Wow. Congratulations. The entire India is with you, Akbar. All right. There's one
Thank you.
so sweet question. Uh, there's a female who's asked this. She said,
Hi, Noor.
please ask.
Welcome, Maddie. Welcome.
She said, please ask Akbar sir. He has, as a celebrity and a fame of India, he has many female fan followers, especially some crazy female fan followers. So how does he? I just thought of taking it. So how? I mean, I had so many questions, very personal, with the females wanted to ask you, but I think this is okay. So she just wants to understand, how do you handle them, at your level? How do you balance this? Female fans following, especially the crazy ones. How do you balance it? Come on, Akbar, just be real. It's
इसकी है
good,
ना,
no? I mean,
सोनिया, आदत
it's a blessing.
अभी अभी इसकी आदत हो गई है. तो अभी अभी एक केस भी हो गया फेसबुक पे. There was a silent follower who I didn't know, and she used to come for my shows in Bangalore city, और वहां पर वो आके चुपके से खड़े रह के she used to watch.
This has come from Bangalore.
Sorry. हाँ, okay.
Bangalore.
Oh my God, I hope it's not the same girl.
Yeah, let's continue. I want to hear it.
So she was kind of inboxing, the other my friends over here who are right now tuned in, and somebody's sending a heart and somebody's sending a love. She used to go into their page and profile and send them a message that you dare not do this to Akbar Sami. He's mine and only mine and blah 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 and all of that.
Oh my God.
So there are people like that fans are like that. Yeah, you can't help it. There are fans all over the world some of them are very very good. Some of them go insane, and which is fine. There होता है. ये कोई नई बात नहीं है. तो हैंडल क्या करना है, बस अच्छे से प्यार से 2-4 बात कर लें उनके साथ में. और वो चाहते भी ये हैं कि अगर if you are just a little humble and nice to them, that's how it takes to calm them down, and that's all they need.
One second, Akbar. I think my front camera is. Yeah. My front camera had got back here. So it's.
Okay.
I mean, you still have patience to handle them, right?
Rajashri, you're from Bangalore too. Hi, Rajashri. Welcome.
I said you still have patience to handle them, right?
Of course. You have to. You don't have a choice. You have to.
You have no choice. Yeah. I know. Otherwise, they tag you as arrogant. You know that, right?
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. We all go through the same madness. All right. Now the audience questions are over, because there were many, and I didn't want to take all those. Does he want to go in for a date? Is he open for more affairs? Whatever. I said crazy. Let's not take all those stuff, because you're Akbar Sami, and we just don't want to get into the local way of questions. All right, Akbar, this is something that is towards the end. We come with a rapid fire. Now, the rapid fire that I will do with you is nothing to do with the question that I put forward. I will show you some objects, some accessories, some anything that I want you to connect to your any memory that can give you, to when you see something that whatever I show you on screen. So the first thing that I would want to show you is, have a pocket sheet. All right. Your headphones. So when is the first time in your life, Akbar, you put on your headphones for your event? When is the first time in your life? Do you remember?
I think in school.
Yeah, so
I was
early.
in sixth or fifth or sixth standard. Yeah, I was in school, and I
Uh-huh.
remember my eldest sister Shahnaz. She
Okay.
had bought me this thing called a Walkman. I don't know if you remember
Uh-huh. Yeah,
a
yeah,
Walkman,
we had one.
cassette thing which used to go in your belt, and which had a small
Yes,
little headphone which I used to wear and go cycling.
yes.
Uh, I had taken that to school also, and उसके लिए मुझे बहुत मार भी पड़ी थी स्कूल में. तो वो मैं भूल
Uh-huh.
नहीं सकता. I
Uh-huh.
think that was the first time I put headphones.
All right, as since you spoke about school, I take you back to school. This is a school bag. So what does your school bag remind you of any episode that when you were a kid? Akbar Sami's school bag.
I mean, besides the books and the ink, which used to be all over the place, there used to be all these, gummy and churan and वो नमकीन और ये सारी चीजें पूरा मेस होता
Don't
था
tell
मेरे
me
बैग.
churran.
बास आती थी बैग
Akbar,
में
you're
से.
talking about those churran. You used to have those
Yes, yes,
churrans.
yes. If you remember, you should get small little balls with all salt all over the place, and I don't know क्या
So
बोलते थे
red
उसको.
and black color powders, right? We used to have
हाँ, पिंक
the
कलर
black
रेड कलर
powder
थोड़ी
always
थोड़ी सी
moved.
आती थी. हाँ, बैग के अंदर भर के वो सारा कुछ मेस होता था. इमली की गोली, पता नहीं क्या क्या अजीब अजीब सी चीजें
Oh
थी.
my God, those were the days. तो आपकी स्कूल बैग में ये सब भरा हुआ है. Oh, wow, lovely. I wish I was there. I would have grabbed everything and had. All right. Akbar, this is a chocolate. Now you got to tell the audience where a real story or something that when is the first chocolate any female gave you? It could be a school or college, something that extended a friendship. Where where do you remember which female giving you the first
आई
chocolate
थिंक
in your life?
मुझे उसका नाम नाम तो नहीं याद है, बट आई रिमेम्बर दिस. ये तुम्हारा किटकैट देख के मेरे को याद आया, बट वो किटकैट नहीं था. इट वाज अ रेड रैप चॉकलेट with a bunch of red roses, and
Wow.
it was way back. I think when I was dancing around that time, I had
Uh-huh.
gone on a blind date, and that girl, I mean, she was really, I mean, hats off to her. She had come. We met in a coffee shop, and she came with this a bunch of roses, and then she gave me a chocolate, which was a red wrap. I don't remember the name, but I think that was the first time. I'm not a very, I don't have a sweet teeth. मेरे को उतना chocolate इतने पसंद नहीं है, तो but I had accepted it because वो प्यार से दी थी उसने. तो वो एक याददाश्त है थोड़ी सी.
प्यार के लिए हम कुछ भी करेगा. No, but then I just wanted to understand, was it in your school days or your college days?
School,
When was this episode? School days.
school.
Wow, Akbar, I think, oh God, there were girls running behind you in school also. Wow,
I
lovely.
started my career at that time, Sonia. I was very young.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
started my career, around when I was in school. So I started working also.
Uh-huh.
Rohit Makhan, welcome, darling. Welcome, Rohit. Thank you, Noor.
All right.
Ah.
This is medicine. Now, this is something that I want you to tell the audience as a legend. When have you used this in an emergency? Because when you are asked to do an event, normally you are to take the floor and you physically are sick. Have you had a medicine and still rock the show? Because that's what a legend would do. So
I think
how
it
many
happened to
times
me
have you done?
twice.
Please
It
tell the
happened-
audience.
Once was in the US in San Francisco. I
All
had
right.
completely blanked out because like I said, there's no sleep. If you remember, I just told you there's no sleep when you're working continuously. टूर जब यूएस का जब टूर होता है सोनिया, मैं ना एक सिटी से दूसरी सिटी से तीसरी, एंड वहां पर यूएस इज नॉट लाइक इंडिया. इट्स मैसिव. देयर आर टाइम चेंजेस, देयर आर वेदर चेंजेस, देयर आर सो मेनी ऑब्स्टिकल्स. एंड एक जगह से, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल लॉस एंजलिस से न्यूयॉर्क जाना 7 घंटे की फ्लाइट है, और टाइम डिफरेंस है, और वेदर भी चेंज है. तो ये मैं तो जाग के हालत एयरपोर्ट पे या प्लेन में या जहां पर भी एक 5 मिनट 10 मिनट नींद आती है, वो नींद हो जाती है. तो जब मैं सैन फ्रांसिस्को
Exhausted.
पहुंचा, मेरा रात को शो था, मैं वहां पे दोपहर को पहुंचा था, और मुझे याद है, मुझे मेरा एक दोस्त आया था मुझे लेने के लिए. In the car when I was sitting, I was feeling giddy, I was unwell. I was taken to my hotel room. From the hotel room, I called up my organizers. They picked me up and they took me to the hospital. And over there, I these meds, and somehow I kind of brainwashed myself. Okay, I am fine. There's nothing wrong with me because I have a performance tonight. And then I got up and I played that night. And how I did that, only I know. Nobody, किसी को पता नहीं चला कि मैं इतना बीमार था. Hospitals are
That's why you're a
सीधा.
legend. That's why you're a legend, Akbar. Otherwise, today everybody gives excuses. They call off the shoot, and यहाँ पे हमारे production की बच जाती है. But I just took that medicine because I know you always see to it that your show must go on. This is a sign of a great personality. So thanks for sharing this episode. Now there is something that is connected to your.
I wish you, Sonia, I wish you. Wow.
When did you play a guitar? Your first time? I don't know.
Not too late. I think about 2 years ago in a studio, and I had posted one picture. Yeah. And before that, 3 years ago, on my video Kabhi Kabhi, I don't know if you've seen it. If you see the video, I'm playing a box guitar in the video.
You're really playing a guitar?
Yeah, I was acting that, not playing it.
Yeah, because Rishi Kapoor always said that मैंने तो पूरी जिंदगी audience को, I mean the C word, I never ever played duffly. I never knew to play a duffly, but I always was called as a great actor who could play duffly. So Akbar, this was a fantastic interview, a superb chat with a legend, a lot of good messages to the audience of India and International. Akbar, the last question I want to close the session with is, Akbar, where do you see the youth of India, the DJs that are coming up, do you plan something for them to have a concrete career in the DJ industry or the music industry? Because you have seen a lot of odds and you have stood and you have created a success, but there are a lot of children of India. In fact, to be very frank, there was one boy who said, ma'am, can you ask sir, can he once hold a very common gathering, where we all upcoming DJs would like to personally listen to his tips and tricks so that we can make a better, because they all feel that, they somewhere or the other find it very difficult. They're playing in the pubs, they're not getting money, they need a union, they need somebody to talk. So would you want to, to do something for all the upcoming DJs who want to professionally take up this career for India? What is it that you wish?
के लिए तो मैं आपको ये मैंने I have said this before and I will repeat it, that there are many people who are non-musical. They don't have the sense of rhythm. They don't have the sense of music, which is the most important thing. अगर आप ये एक art है, ये एक कोई ऐसा, it's not a job. This is an art. DJing is an art. And for me, like I told you earlier, that मैं ये जब institutes यहाँ पर इंडिया में इसका कोई कुछ भी नहीं था. So I had to save money, fly to London, and I did a course over there, because they are the ones वहाँ पर ये इसकी birth हुई है in the West, not in the country. So I went there and I've learned it and I've come back, and that's the reason that I am doing and I'm successful and I'm here sitting with you and giving you an interview. So that's because I learned it from the right sources. We need to understand one thing, and I would like to say this to all the DJs in case if you're tuned in or who will be listening to it later, that to learn this, you have to have the right teacher to teach you. And for that, it's very difficult over here in this country, except for a very few that you can count on your fingers. You don't have the right and if you're going to these places to learn DJing, you've been fooled. Because those people
I agree with you. They
themselves need to learn the profession before they get into teaching. वो पैसे बना रहे हैं आपको बेवकूफ बनाकर यहाँ पर.
True, बेवकूफ बना रहे हैं. This is the right word.
हाँ, आप ये छोड़ दीजिए यहाँ पर वहाँ पर जाना और look for a job option. आप कुछ और काम सोचिए करने के लिए जो भी आपको सूट हो, और अगर म्यूजिकली अगर आप इंक्लाइन नहीं हो, जो कि मैं देखता हूं कि काफी लोगों को 1 2 3 4 रिदम जो होता है वो भी नहीं आता है, और वो डीजेइंग में आ जाते हैं। तो यहाँ पर अगर आके आप साल 2 साल 3 साल आपके अगर वेस्ट करोगे, तो दैट्स जस्ट अ वेस्ट ऑफ लाइफ। यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू रीच एनीवेयर, बिकॉज यू आर नॉट, वो क्या बोलते हैं, नेचुरली म्यूजिकली इंक्लाइंड। एक नेचर होता है ना आदमी का, नेचुरल एक नेचर
True,
होता
true,
है,
true.
वो आपके नेचर में नहीं है, वो आपके पर्सनालिटी में नहीं है। तो वो रिदमिक होना
Agreed,
और वो
agreed.
म्यूजिक, आपका दिमाग जो है म्यूजिकली इंक्लाइंड होना, ये सारी चीजें बहुत
Mm-hmm.
जरूरी है ये काम करने के लिए और ये प्रोफेशन को
Mm-hmm.
आपको आगे बढ़ाने के लिए। लेकिन अगर आप नहीं हो
True.
तो आप कुछ भी कर लो, आप कुछ भी कर लो, आप नहीं कर सकते। लाइक सम पीपल,
How much
इवन
ever you spend, you. Yeah.
40 years old and 50 years old and they can't drive a car. It's because they can't. It's like a bubble gum. Some people can't bubble the gum. They can never do it,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how hard they try.
True, true, true.
So it's something like that.
True, true. So it's a clear message to everybody. It's not important to have tattoos and lovely those hanging earrings and dressing up too wild just to make the audience understand, oh, are you a DJ? So your external look does not matter. What is important as per Akbar Sami is you must have the sense of music, which is very important. So if you don't, please don't waste your time. So thank you, Akbar. This was a fantastic, educational, and a great guidance. Very spiritual, and most important, you have told the audience that being a legend is not so easy. The hard work that has gone through, and very important, how even in the lockdown you have continued, you have understood the situation, and you have got a solution. You continue doing your work because you accept it. So people should start learning to accept what is happening around and move on, than
Absolutely.
sitting and just getting in medication. So
Thank you.
fantastic
Thank you
interview
so
with
much.
the great Atul Sami. I would want you
Thank
to
you. Thank
sign off, say a few words to the audience before you go.
I've just like thank you so much. Harshal has just joined from San Diego. Good to see you, Harshal, my little brother. And he's another
Wow.
legendary DJ who's been keeping India proud in the United States of
Wow.
America. He's just right here. And
Congratulations.
thank you, Harshal, for being here. Thank you so much for being you. And each and everybody who's tuned in, I'm sorry I won't be able to take all the names, but all of you, whoever's tuned in, I would like to thank you for being here and for the support. Love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Jai Hind. Akbar, for you, it is Jai Hind.
Jai Hind. Jai Hind. Thank you.
God bless.
God bless.